Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some Milwaukee Braves baseball. Braves make it back home to Milwaukee. San Francisco comes to town to take on the Braves. Let's look at starting lineups here for the Giants. We got leading off, playing shortstop is Jose Pagan. Batting second and playing second is Joe Amafatani. Batting third, playing right field, Harvey Kuhn. Batting fourth, playing left field is Orlando Cepeda. Batting fifth, playing center field is Felipe Alou. Batting sixth, playing first base is Willie McCovey. Batting seventh, playing third base is Jim Davenport. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Eddie Bailey. And batting ninth, doing the pitching is Mike McCormick. And let's take a look at the hometown Milwaukee Braves starting lineup. Leading off, playing center field is Gino Cometti. Batting second, playing second, Frank Boland. Batting third, playing third, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing first base, Joe Adcock. Batting sixth, playing left field is Frank Thomas. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. And they got the ace of the staff on the mound, batting ninth, doing the pitching is Warren Spahn. Let's get down to the field here, folks, at Milwaukee County Stadium and get this game underway. Hey, Sean. And here's the pitch to Pagan. And he gets a hold of this one off of Warren. And he drives that ball in the right field. That ball is deep. That ball is back. That ball is far. Home run, Pagan. Welcome. What just happened here? Welcome to Milwaukee. The Giants got a 1-0 lead here. That brings up Joe Malfitano now. And that ball is hit down the shortstop. And McMillan boots it. That's an E6. And nothing's going right for the Braves here at home. Got a runner on at first for Harvey Kuhn. Nobody out. Here's the pitch to Harvey. And that is hit down the shortstop. He'll go over to first and get the out. But Malfitano will head down to second with Orlando Cepeda up now with a runner on at second and one out. And that is going to be a base hit into right field. And that's going to score Malfitano. And just like that, the Giants are up by 2, folks. Still only one out with Orlando down at first. That brings up Felipe Alou. And here we go again. And Spahn's not too happy. And he just plunked Felipe Alou. He heads on down to first. So we got first and second now. Giants ain't too happy. They're standing on the top of the dugout steps. That brings up Willie McCovey now with 2 on and only 1 out. Braves are looking to turn 2, but that's not going to happen because that ball is hit into the right field bullpen, folks. And it's rolling around out there. And Willie's heading down to third, and he's got himself a base clearing triple, folks. And just like that, it's 4-0 Giants. Sure. And a runner on at third and only 1 out for Davenport. Braves are going to have to pull the infield in. Here's the pitch to Davenport. And that's a big strikeout, swing and a miss for the second out. That brings up Ed Bailey now. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Drives that ball in the left field. And just like that, it's 5-0. Braves haven't even gotten up the bat yet. And the Giants have done batted around here. Here's Mike McCormick with Bailey down at first. And that is a swing and a miss. So SPAHN gets out of the inning, but gives up 5 runs here in the first as the Giants bat around. All 9 men make it to the plate. Here's the top of the order for the Braves. Got Gino, Bolin, and Matthews. See if they can get on board here. Here's the pitch to Gino. And that ball is hit down to Davenport. He fires across the diamond. McCovey, that's 1 out here in the first. That'll bring up Frank Bolin. And Frank hits that ball down the second. And Amalfitano's got it over to Willie. Quick 2 outs for the Braves. Brings up Eddie Matthews now. And Eddie gets a hold of this one, folks. Drives that down the first base line. He's got himself a stand-up double. That brings up Henry Hank Aaron up now. The runner in scoring position. Can Aaron get a 2-out base hit here? And that's a no. He hits that ball in the air in the infield. Pagan's calling everybody off. And they strand Matthews down at second. We get to the top of the second. Giants 5, Braves nothing. We're back to the top of the order for the Giants. After 9 men came to the plate the first inning. Pagan's 1 for 1 with that leadoff home run. And he hits that ball into deep right field again. Aaron's going back, but makes the catch near the wall. Almost back-to-back home runs for Pagan. That brings up Joe Amalfitano now. 1 out. He's 0 for 1. Reached on an error his first time up. And that ball is hit into center field. Gino's got it. That's 2 outs. Brings up Harvey Kuhn now. Harvey's 0 for 1, grounded out the short. His first time up, and he hits that ball in the left field. And again, Aaron's got it and makes the catch. In the right field, rather. Makes the catch. So 1, 2, 3 go the Giants. We go to the bottom of the second. Still a 5-run lead for the Giants. Here comes Joe Adcox, Frank Thomas, and Joe Torre. And Joe swings and misses. Strike 3. 1 out here in the second. Here's the pitch to Frank Thomas. And that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. McCormick's wheeling and dealing out there right now, folks. Brings up Joe Torre. And that ball is lifted into center field. Felipe Alou's got it in his sights. And 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. We go to the top of the third. San Francisco Giants 5. Milwaukee Braves nothing. Orlando Cepeda's up. He's 1 for 1 today with an RBI. And that's a swing and a miss. He gets Cepeda out of there. 1 down here in the top of the third. Brings up Felipe Alou. And that ball is hit in the left field. Frank Thomas has got that. No problem. Quick 2 outs. Brings up Willie McCovey. Willie's 1 for 1 with a RBI, 2 RBI triple. And that ball is hit down to Matthews at third. He fires over to Joe Adcox. And the Giants go 1, 2, 3 here in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. McMillan, SPAHN, then back to the top with Gino. Here's the pitch to McMillan. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. 1 out as Lou makes the catch. Brings up Warren Spahn now. See if he can help his own calls here. Spahn's hitting 356 on the year, folks. He ain't no slouch. But he hits that ball down to Davenport. He fires over to first. And that's 2 down. Brings up Gino now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to third his first time up. He's hitting a $133. And he gets a hold of this one, though, off of McCormick. Squares it up. And he drives that ball into right field for a single. Ray's got a runner on now for Frank Bolin with 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Davenport fires across the diamond to get Bolin. The Braves lead 1. Still trail by 5. Oh, doing good, Sean. Doing good, bud. And now we go to the top of the 4th. You got Davenport, Bailey, and McCormick due up. Here's the pitch to Davenport. And that ball is hit down to Frank Bolin. Easy play for Frank over to first. 1 out. Brings up Ed Bailey now. And that's a base on balls for Bailey. He trots on down to first. McCormick's going to try to sacrifice him over to second. Here's the pitch to McCormick. And he's going to get the job done. Nice bunt. Hits that ball back to Spahn. His only plays over to first. And he throws over to the Bolin covering. And Bailey will get down the second now with 2 outs for Pagan. And here's the pitch to Joe. Joe is 1 for 2 with that home run. And that ball is hit back to the mound. Warren's up with it. Throws over the first. They leave Bailey stranded down at second. But the Giants, with 5 runs in the first, is holding up. It's still 5-0 as we go to the 4th inning. We got the big boys due up here. Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock. Here's the pitch to Eddie. And that's a base hit in the right field for Matthews. Nice way to start the 4th here. Brings up Aaron. Matthews is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Aaron's 0 for 1. He popped up the short his first time up. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. McCormick gets Aaron out on strikes. Brings up Joe Adcock here. Can he do something with Matthews down at first? He does something all right, folks. He hits that ball down to Pagan, over to Amalfitano, and over to McCovey. And that's a 6-4-3 inning double play, folks. Nothing's going right for the Braves today. We go to the top of the 5th. 5-0 San Fran. We got Amalfitano, Kuhn, and Cepeda due up here in the 5th. And Amalfitano gets a hold of this ball for Spahn. And he drives that ball into the gap in right field. And he's standing down at second with a leadoff double, folks. Brings up Mr. Harvey Kuhn. Nobody out. Amalfitano down at second. Kuhn's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. And that is going to be a strike 3. Big pitch there for Spahn. Gets the first out. Amalfitano stays put. Here comes Orlando Cepeda up now. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Squares it up. And He drives that ball into the left field. Thomas goes over and gets it, but that's a nice double. And that's going to score another run. It's 6-0 Giants. Brings up Felipe Alou now. Cepeda down at second and 1 out. And that ball is hit in the right field. Is that deep enough to get him over to third? Yes, it is. Cepeda tags up and heads down to third. So it's 2 outs now with a runner on third for Willie McCovey. And here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Henry's got it. That'll end the inning. But the Giants score one more, make it 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the fifth. We got Frank Thomas, Joe Torre, and McMillan due up here for the Braves. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Alou's got it. Hey, Legends and Phillip. And Alou's got it. 1 out. That brings up Joe Torre now. 1 out, nobody on. And that's a pop up behind home plate. Bailey throws the mask off. Looks up, finds it, and that's out number 2. Here comes McMillan up now. And that ball is hit down to, back to the pitcher rather. He's up with it, fires over to McCovey. That's a 1-2-3-5 for the Braves. We go to the top of the 6th. It's a 6-0 game, folks. Giants are leading. We got Davenport, Bailey, and McCormick due up here in the 6th. Here's the pitch to Davenport. He hits that ball down the short. McMillan up with it, fires over to first, 1 out. Here comes Ed Bailey now. He's 1 for 2 and with a walk and an RBI. 1 for 1 rather. Now he's 1 for 2 as that ball is hit down to Joe Adcock. He'll take it himself. We're out number 2. Brings up Mike McCormick. 2 outs, nobody on. He's struck out and had a sacrifice bunt. And he's going to get a base hit in the left field. And as we say, we don't need no stinking DH. So you got McCormick down at first for Pagan. Pagan's 1 for 3 with that leadoff home run. And he hits that ball down the short. And Mac will go the easy way to second to end the inning. Giants leave 1 on. We go to the 6th. It's still 6-0 Giants. We'll have a pitch hitter here for SPAHN. Then the top of the order due up. So let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit. I think we're going to bring out Felix the Cat. He's going to come out here and pitch hit. For Warren. Let's see, how many of those runs was earned? There couldn't have been many of them in that first inning. Take a look here. It doesn't show today's. Have to go to the box score here, and we'll look at the box score before we make a move. See how many runs was earned. 4 out of the 6 have earned. Okay, let's pitch it here for Warren. Okay, who's going to pitch hit here? Felix, where is he at? There he is at the bottom. Montoya's coming up here. Nobody on, no outs. Here's the pitch to Felix. And that's a swing and a miss, strike three. Not what the Braves wanted for a pitch hit. Spahn shaking his head, said, I could have done that, folks. Brings up Gino now with nobody on and one out. He's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be hit down to Davenport for out number 2. Brings up Frank Boland here in the 6th. And Frank is 0 for 2. He has grounded out the 2nd and the 3rd. And he hits a fly ball in the right field rather. And Coons out there and makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. See who's going to come in here and pitch for the Braves. Either Notebook or Raymond. He's going to come in to pitch. We got a Maffatana, Coon, and Cepeda. Bunch of righties coming up. Yeah, let's see here. Guess we'll go with Raymond. He's going to come in, pitch. Here's the pitch to Maffatana. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's a swing and a miss. Nice job by Raymond coming in here to get the first out with a strikeout. Brings up Harvey Coon. Coon's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the 3rd. Flew out the right and struck out his last time up. He isn't going to strike out this time, folks. He gets a hold of this ball, and he drives that ball into right field. Aaron turns around and watches that baby fly out of the park. And it is 7-0 now, folks. Sure. Raymond comes in, gets a strikeout, and then gives up a home run, folks. Sure. And that brings up Orlando Cepeda. He's doubled, has 2 RBIs on the day. He's 2 for 3. Let's see what happens this time. And he gets a hold of this one. Raymond was not the answer, that's for sure. He drives that ball into the gap in right field. Bounces off the wall, folks. And he's standing down there at second. Only 1 out for Felipe Alou now. And he's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. Flew out the left and flew out the right. And he hits that ball down the short. McMillan's only play is the first. He looks the runner back. And that's 2 outs now for Willie McCovey now with Cepeda still down at second. Here's the pitch to Willie. And again, that ball's hit down the short. Max up with it, fires over. And that ends the inning. But Giants scored another run on the home run as we go to the 7th inning stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's the big boys due up, Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock. See if they can finally make some noise against McCormick. He's pitching one hell of a game, a 3-hitter, folks. As we drop the dice for the first time. And that's a swing and a miss. Matthews goes down swinging. 1 out here in the 7th. That brings up Aaron. He's 0 for 2. Popped up the short and struck out. And he hits that ball into center field. And Felipe misplays that ball. And Aaron's going to chug on down to second, folks, on that error. See if the Braves can take advantage of that and get some runs here, folks. Aaron down at second now with 1 out for Joe Adcock. And Joe hits that ball down the short. And Aaron's going to find himself down at third now, but there's 2 outs. For Frank Thomas now takes a 2-out base hit to get the Braves on the board. Yeah, exactly, Legend. That was a lot of baseball, wasn't it? Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's a base on balls. Braves are trying to make some noise here. Brings up Joe Torres here. See if he can make some noise. Get the Braves back in this game maybe. First and third, 2 outs though. Here's the pitch to Joe. And he does. He squares this ball up, folks. And he drives that ball into center field, and that's going to clear the bases with 2 outs here. The Braves are finally on the board, folks. And it's 7-2. And they get a Bronx cheer here in Milwaukee. Joe's standing down there at second now for McMillan with 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Mac. He's 0 for 2, flown out and grounded out to the pitcher. And he hits that ball in the center field, but Alou gets into the gap this time and catches that one. But Milwaukee gets on the board and cuts the lead to 7-2 as we go to the top of the 8th. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Giants, Davenport, Bailey, and McCormick. Here's the pitch to Davenport. He squares this off of Raymond, and he drives this ball into left field for a base hit. And the Giants, they're not sparing nothing here. Davenport's taking off on the first pitch. It's a strike, and he's still in second, folks. Let's see if Raymond does something about that. Stealing bases with a 5-run lead in the 8th inning. Okay, Bailey's up now with Davenport down at second. And that ball is hit down the first. Adcock's going to take it himself. Davenport's going to get down to third with 1 out. Brings up McCormick. The runner on third. The Braves will bring the infield in. McCormick's 1 for 2, though, folks. He struck out, sacrificed, and got a single his last time up. So, and they get a big strikeout this time, Raymond does. That's 2 outs. Braves are able to move the infield back now for the top of the order in Pagan. He's 1 for 4 with a home run. And that ball is popped up on the infield. Joe Adcock's calling for it. Makes the catch. So the Giants strand 1. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's still 7-2. Raymond's due up. We'll have a pitch hitter for him. And then the top of the order, the Mercury. Guess will pitch it here. See what John can do. There's John. Nobody on, no outs here at the bottom of the 8th. And they walk him. That's a nice way to start the inning if you're a Braves fan. You're a Giants, you're shaking your head. What the hell? Make them earn their way on, right? Brings up Gino. He's 1 for 3, grounded out, singled, and grounded out the third both other times. See if he can keep this hit parade going here. No, but he keeps the walk parade going. And all of a sudden, McCormick can't find the strike zone. And that's going to get some action up in the bullpen as they go out to talk to him. He says he's fine. He says the ump's squeezing the plate on him. Brings up Frank Boland now with 2 on and nobody out. Mercury down at second. Gino down at first. And that's a big swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets Frank Boland out. Matthews here. Can he make this a game here with a 3-run homer? Here's the pitch to Eddie. No, he doesn't. Because McCormick doesn't find the strike zone. How about this? He's walked the bases loaded, folks, for Henry, Hank, Aaron. No place to put Hank. See what happens here. Like I say, they got Miller and all up in the bullpen. This might be the last batter for McCormick here. If Aaron can get on. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Sure. Not what you wanted as a Braves fan to see the big bopper strike out. That's for darn sure. Yeah, loaded them up for the Hammers right, legends. Didn't pan out. See if Joe can get something done here. Here's the pitch to Adcock. And that ball is hit in the deep center field. A Lou's going back, and makes the catch. The Braves lead. The bases loaded. It's that kind of game, folks. Sure. That kind of game. Notebird will come in to pitch here. And the 9th. Sure. Had the big boys up and could not come through. You doing a game tonight, legends? Oh, yeah. Adcock was a darn good player. I agree with you, legends. Yep. Matthews and Aaron kind of had him overlooked. You got Amalfitana, Kuhn, and Cepeda due up here in the 9th inning for the Giants. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that is hit down to second. Easy play for Boland. 1 out here in the 9th. Brings up Harvey. He's 1 for 4 with that home run. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice job by Don rather. That brings up Orlando Cepeda. He's 3 for 5 with a double and a RBIs. 2 RBIs on the day, and he pops this one up behind home plate. Torres has got this one with no problem. 1, 2, 3, go the Giants. We go to the 9th inning. We're going to need more than some 9th inning magic. Got Thomas, Torrey, and McMillan due up here for the Braves. If anybody gets on, a pitch hitter. And here's the pitch to Frank. Frank is 0 for 2. Can he get off the snide? No, he hits that ball out to Cepeda. He's near the line, makes the catch, 1 out. Brings up Joe Torre. Joe's got the only RBIs today. He's 1 for 3 with that 2 RBI double. And he gets a hold of this one. Joe's having a heck of a game, folks. And he drives that ball in the left field, gets on base. And Joe Torres is taking off for second on the first pitch. The McMillan, folks, I guess the Dodgers can do it. The Braves figure they can, and he's in there safe. Torres still second. I don't understand that either. That run means nothing, but he made it in there. So McMillan's up now with a runner down at second. And he walks Mac. And here comes the Braves again. I have a pitch hitter here for Notebert. I think the Braves are going to have to probably going to go with a lefty, even though I think they're going to go with Lee May here. I know he's a lefty, but he's going to come out to pitch hit here. See if Lee can go against conventional wisdom here and get a base hit with first and second. Keep this inning going, folks. No, he flies out to left field, and that won't be deep enough for Torres to make it over to third. So now there's 2 outs for Gino. Down to the last out here, the Braves are. See if they can do something here. Keep this game going. Gino is 1 for 3 and walked. And that's going to end the game, folks. That ball is hit down the short. And Pagan's up with it. He tosses it over to Amalfitano. And that ends the ball game. And the Giants win big. 7-2. Let's take a look at the box score here, folks. The Giants 7 runs on 10 hits and an error. The Braves 2 runs on 6 hits and an error. Amalfitano was 2 for 5. Everybody but Davenport and Bailey got a hit. Of course, the big home runs by Pagan and Kuhn. And Matthews was 2 for 3, along with Joe Torre. Joe Torre was 2 for 4. Nice game for Joe. He had the 2 RBIs and a stolen base. Mike McCormick pitched a heck of a game for the Giants. 6 hits on 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 5, struck out 7. Poor Warren Spahn got lit up in that first inning. 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, only 4 of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 4, and gave up that home run. Raymond came in, gave up 3 hits. 1 of them was a home run. 1 run scored, struck out 2. And then Notebert came in and closed out the 9th with a strikeout, but it was too little too late by then. Let's do some fast play here in the National League. We got the Dodgers traveling to Chicago to take on the Cubbies. Getting a hobby against Sandy Koufax here. Left arm of God. See how that works out. And the Dodgers win. See what this is. Koufax had a hell of a game. Struck out 12. How about that, folks? 7 runs on 13 hits and no errors for the Dodgers. The Cubbies 3 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. We got the St. Louis Cardinals traveling to Cincinnati, Ohio to take on the Reds. And the Cardinals win big. 10 runs on 14 hits and 2 errors. The Reds, 7 runs on 10 hits and no errors. And they got a double header here, folks. See what happens here in game number 2. Cardinals and Reds. Got Bob Gibson against Joe J. Should be a heck of a pitching match. Well, it was for one team. Bob Gibson must have got beat around. The Cardinals 1 run on 7 hits and an error. Reds 6 runs on 11 hits and an error. Let's see what happened to Gibby. Pitched 6 innings, gave up 9 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 1, and then the bullpen didn't help out much. Anderson came in, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, and struck out 1. And the final game here on June 20th is the Battle of Pennsylvania. You got the Pittsburgh Pirates traveling to Philadelphia, IA, to take on the Phils. And the Phils win. Pirates 3 runs on 6 hits and an error. Phillies 5 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. Let's take a look here at the standings after June 20th. Braves are 4 games up on the Reds, 4.5 games up on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Chicago Cubs are 6.5 games back. San Francisco Giants are now 7 games back after the win. The Dodgers are 10.5 games back. Pirates 11.5 games back. And the Lonely Phils are 16 games back, folks. And that win against the Pirates broke a 10-game losing streak for the Phils, folks. Let's take a look at who the leaders are here in the National League. George Altman's got the batting league right now. He's 2 points ahead of Hank Aaron. Felipe Alou still leading the league with home runs with 19, followed by his teammates Orlando Cepeda with 17 and Willie Mays with 16. Matthews got 15. Cepeda's leading the league with 58 RBIs, followed by Eddie Matthews. Let's take a look here at the pitchers here in the National League. SPAHN's ERA just jumped up to 2.66. You got Bob Perky with a 2.23, followed by Joey J. He helped that ERA out with that 1-run game, 2.50. And look at this. 3 of the top 4 are the Reds. Jim O'Toole, 2.69. You got Joey J now tied with Warren Spahn with 9 wins. And Don's still leading the league in saves with 14. Cepeda's leading the league with the MVP voting. Spahn's still leading the league with the Cy Young voting now. I want to thank Legend Sports Universe. Check out his great channel, doing some franchise all-star baseball with NBA The Show. Check out Philip Reynolds' channel. He's been doing some great stuff over there with hockey and all. And I want to thank Sean D for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and bell so you know what's going on around here. And on your way out of Milwaukee, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all take care and have a great evening.